Oh, hey there. I've always wondered why my dumplings don't come out like the restaurant. They're always dry and not juicy. So in today's video, we're gonna figure out how to make juicy dumplings by following a recipe or a recipe video in Taiwan. The questions I ask myself is, what makes up a juicy dumpling? And so after studying a restaurant video where these people in Taiwan were making dumplings, I noticed two things in their master filling recipe. One is their filling recipe is very high in fat content, which was based off of a 2-to-1 ratio from what I saw. And the second one was they added a gelatinous soup mix. And so this video, we will try to copy just that. And I think the only hardest part would be the gelatinous soup mix, which would probably take about 4 to 6 hours, depending on how long you boil it. So let's get on to that. For the gelatinous soup mix, we'll be using 2 ingredients. 1, pig feet, and 2, chicken feet. And for the chicken feet, you'll want to cut off the toenails so that in the soup, you don't eat a toenail. To begin the soup, place your pig feet and chicken feet into a big pot. Fill the cool water and allow the water to come to a boil. This step is not cooking the proteins, but cleansing and ridding the bones from blood and yucky stuff. Drain the bones and rinse with cool water. Return your pig feet and chicken feet back into the clean pot and fill with cool water. Allow the bones to come to a boil, which will then boil for 4 to 6 hours. I boiled my bones for about 4 hours at a medium boil. After 4 to 6 hours, take out the bones and skim any of the bones. Put the soup into a container, allow it to cool, and place it in the fridge. I did this soup a day before, and I think you should too. And there you have it, that's your soup. Today's filling is going to be super simple. And yes, I know there's going to be some comments saying this sucks, but hey, it's my YouTube channel, and I could do whatever I please. I'm just adding here some beaten egg and 2 bunches of green onions into the filling, as well as some other things like soy sauce, chili oil, and sesame oil. The next day when you take out your soup, she gonna be thick. And I've never done this before, so I don't really know how much to add. I don't know the exact ratio, so I'll have to do a few tests in the future. But the problem I ran into during this part was you cannot smash the soup with your hands because it's a bit too firm. What you'll have to do is chop up your soup with a knife into itty bitty pieces. Don't be like me, who has to fish out all the big chunks and then cut it, and then add it in. It was a disaster. Folding these dumplings is very simple, and I think the one thing to know is depending on your wrapper, adding too much water to seal the skin may not be good. It makes the folding process a bit too gummy, from what I've experienced. And another thing is adding too much filling is the worst. I always add a bit too much, but I think you'll know when you have added more than you should have. The folding technique is generally the same, but depending on how you do it, or what your preference is, what I do is I gather in the middle like a taco and crimp 3 times on each side, then shape the dumpling into a crescent, pressing like so. All right, let's try this out. I'm pretty excited. Dip it in my soy sauce. Oh, that's pretty good. So right when you bite into it, it bursts in your mouth, and it's the juice is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Oh my gosh. I think this was well worth the time of making the gelatinous soup the day before for 6 hours. I think it's a step that I think it's worth trying. Do. And I think overall it was a great learning experience on learning what makes a juicy dumpling. And for sure, I think in the future I will be trying it out and tweaking the master recipe. And I'll be adding things here and there. But I'm really happy with what I just learned today and through this video. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, if you have messed up in the kitchen, you can always begin again. That's so bomb. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, this is pretty good.